If you look around my room, you'll see a lot of things. Messy things mostly, but in between all the mess, there's a lot of things from my life. Non sequitur, I've always been interested in time capsules. Surprise, it wasn't a non sequitur, it relates. I've kind of turned my room into a time capsule of sorts, which I think a lot of people do. The interesting thing about having your room be a sort of time capsule is that you can change it whenever you want. So something that hangs on your wall now and maybe has been hanging there for years, looking at you, Star Trek poster from freshman year of high school, can be taken down and thrown in a closet forever. Of course, I would never do that. This poster's gonna stay with me forever. If it straight... Maybe. So I wanted to try a different kind of time capsule. That's hard to say, a different kind of time capsule. So I wanted to try a different kind of time capsule, an evolving, like my bedroom, but preserved one. So first things first, I need a box. Now, I know this doesn't look much like a time capsule. Just give me a second. Bam! Official. That's how it's done. The next thing I need is memories. Luckily, I keep one of those right here on my wrist, where I keep all good things. Moving on. This is the admission bracelet from a convention I was at this weekend called NerdCon Nerdfighteria. As the name might have implied, it was a bunch of nerds gathering in Boston to be together to do a bunch of nerdy things. It was great. The convention was put together by John and Hank Green of the YouTube Vlog Brothers fame. And it was basically, more than anything, a celebration of community. Interpersonal, artistic, online. Anyone could do whatever they wanted, as long as it was like within the realms of the law. But because it was a bunch of nerds gathered together in one location, it was a lot of, you know, storytelling and D&D and science and drawing pictures. It was great. I personally went to the convention alone, but I was there with 3,500 wonderful people I had never met, who were all very excited to be meeting one another. It was something I'm never gonna forget. But just in case, I'm gonna throw it in a box, so when I'm old I can look at it and feel things. Right? It's what old people do. They like feel memories from their childhood. Is this my childhood? I'm 22. I'll decide when I'm like 70. I want this time capsule to be something I can keep coming back to, something I can be adding to constantly, and just keep these things in a state of preservation, like a museum for my brain. This is starting to get weird. I don't really know where I'm going with this anymore. But eventually, this box will get full, and I'll have to store it somewhere and get a new box and start filling that with things, and eventually I'll do that enough times to be featured on the hit TV show Hoarders, because that show is timeless and it will never go away. Ever. So here's to adding the first memory to the capsule, and to many, many more. It didn't fall off my wrist. Go. Let go! That was not as climactic as I was quite hoping, but it's good enough.